Tax cuts, tariffs, debt. Oh my. Hello, YouTubers. Today I want to talk about the upcoming tax cuts. So I wrote a letter to my senators. Unfortunately, I don't have a representative in the Congress at this moment. We do have a special election coming up in July, but we need to address these tax cuts now. I'm going to share a little bit with the letter I wrote to my senators. I respectfully opened the letter with the senator. $36 trillion in debt, and we're talking about tax cuts? What is wrong with Washington? In December of 1980, the U.S. national debt was approximately $900 billion. Now, not that I'm a math whiz, but that showed a steady increase of about $7.5 billion each year since then. And each year we are told that tax cuts, mainly for the wealthy, are meant to curb the national debt and spur economic growth and improve living standards for the working class. It's the same old lie of trickle-down economics. We can see throughout the last 45 years that just doesn't work. In fact, evidence would suggest that tax cuts, particularly those for high-income earners, do not improve economic growth, let alone pay for themselves. Instead, tax cuts ballooned the deficit each year since first being introduced, as well as contributing to the rise in income inequality. If any member of either chamber thinks that this is good for America, they are either telling an untruth or are just plain stupid. I'm guessing the first. I would also state that this country cannot afford such a tax cut, and most certainly not by raising taxes on the majority through unwarranted tariffs. Can we actually see all this revenue that the present administration so boldly claims? If in fact this bluster had any truth to it, we as the people should be able to at least see the exact figures that support these wild claims. Would you not agree? I would also, and then for fun, I went on to comment. I would also like to comment on the elimination of the 1 cent. If the reporting is accurate, manufacturing a penny cost taxpayers 3 cents. And the nickel cost almost 14 cents to manufacture. So here's a common sense solution. Open a window for a government buyback on the penny. I'm sure that a one-time window of a period of time to buy back pennies for 2 cents each would put back into circulation several millions of pennies. And it would save untold amounts that would be needed to produce more nickels. I'm just saying. Anyway, write to your congressmen, write to your senators. Just say no. These tax cuts don't work. There's no evidence that they ever have. And remember, you can be pretty bold with your representative in Congress. We get to vote every 2 years. That's why they call it the People's House. Because every 2 years, we get to boot their asses out if they don't represent us in the way that we feel we need to be represented. Until next time, hit that like, subscribe, and alert bells. It means a lot to any YouTuber. And hang in there. We'll get through this. We just have to use our voices and let these idiots in Congress know. It doesn't matter what party. We can still vote them out. We get 2 times every 2 years to vote. We get a primary, in case we want to stick with the party we like. We can vote the representative we don't like out. And then, of course, we get to vote to replace our representatives. And even if it's for a representative that is not a party member of the party we side with, It's only 2 years. You get to vote every 2 years. And if we send the signal that we're just not going to tolerate this anymore, both parties will recognize it. Trust me. Until then, have a great day.